Hello again, everybody. Zach Attack is here with the Atakline now for this Monday, September the 22nd, 2014. Hope everyone had a great weekend this weekend. I did a lot of DJ gigs this weekend. 4 of them, in fact. Well, 4.5, kind of. Friday, this past Friday the 19th, did the Woburn High School football tailgate, second one of the season after the one I did on the 12th. This time was for the Watchdog game, the cancer benefit game, taking on the Utica Ford Falcons. It was great weather, a lot warmer than the 12th. A lot warmer. I think it was like 60 for the first week, and it was like 68 for the second week, which was this past Friday, so it was a good weather-wise. And the crowd was a lot bigger than last time. It was a fun tailgate. Fun crowd, fun excitement. It was, like I said, better weather. I wish there was more activity still, besides the survival tent, but still, it was a fun little tailgate. I did it down at Bumwatch 2 special needs. My dad was doing special needs dance for me because I wasn't able to do it because I wanted to do the tailgate. So I went to the special needs, did the last hour of the special needs for my dad so he could sit down at the tailgate. Then I get 3 shows, double on Saturday, single on Sunday to end my proper summer tour, which I call the Summer Jubilee 3 tour, subtitle Roll the Bones. It ended this weekend after 42 shows. Saturday, doubleheader. Westview Orchards kicked it off. Best day at Westview Orchards thus far. This past Sunday was great at Westview, but I think this past Saturday, 2 days ago, was an awesome day. Best day of the year thus far. Really good crowd, really good weather. Excellent day on Saturday. Great crowd. Biggest crowd we've had thus far. It's just going to get bigger and bigger for Westview. The second show on Saturday was Hell's a Home. Wiley. Michael's Motorcycle Club, which I've done this event for them in the fall for 3rd year in a row now. And it always seems to end the summer tour every year, along with Westview in the last couple of years. And it was a fun one, as always. It was like it's always beer drinking, country rock and roll music. There, with a bunch of drunk women wanting to dance to some pop music, which I did that. But the majority of the night was rock and country. It was a fun night at Hell's a Home. Then yesterday was the finale at Westview Orchards. Now, the Westview Orchards final shows of the summer tour have always been awesome. This time it was just okay. And it wasn't as good as Saturday because of one very important reason. The weather wasn't as good. It was mostly overcast. We had to end early because of storms, but thankfully it was at 4. That was the only good part. I got to play all day. You know, at least it wasn't like 10 to 2. At least because I usually play there from 11 to 5. So I'm glad it only ended a half hour before I was supposed to end anyway. So there you go. I begin my next tour. I do the back to school tour, but I'm kicking up my newest tour, which I'm calling Attack the Holidays, with 4 shows again, another Fatal 4 weekend. Single Friday, a Splash Bash. Back in Westview Saturday morning. They're doing North Channel Yacht Club. Just booked that one within a week's notice. That's Saturday night and Sunday back in Westview. So another busy weekend for me. Now, number 1. Since I didn't make an Atakline in about a week, I'll do Billboard number 1s first. So I didn't do them from last week. Well, we have a new number 1 album, which is Lecrae, Christian rapper. Lands at number 1 for his first ever number 1 in the Billboard Top 200. So congrats him for that big honor. Well, he's new number 1. 2nd week in a row, still number 1 on the Hot 100. Single-wise, All About That Bass. Megan Trainor remains at number 1 for the 2nd week with that song. So there you go. Now, number 1 movie with an impressive $32 million for the first weekend. The Maze Runner. Should have knew that was going to be number 1. But it takes on The Equalizer this upcoming weekend with Denzel Washington. See how much that makes and if it beats The Maze Runner. Bug me. Allergies bug me. Let's continue on with big festival happened over the weekend. The Iheart Music Festival happened on Friday night and Saturday night. Now, I watched a little bit of night 1 with Taylor Swift opening up the show. And she was decent. Saw a little bit of Coldplay set. And I didn't see Usher's set, which he brought out Chris Brown, because I had to get up early for Westview. So because the webcast started around 10:45. So I had to get up at 9:30 or 9 o'clock, so I had to get in bed early. So I only watched like an hour or two or so the first night. And the second night, I was at Hell's a Home. So I missed Iggy Azalea's set, Lord's set, and Macklemore we brought out as a surprise with Ed Sheeran for Saturday. No Taylor Swift with Ed Sheeran because they're friends. So it would be kind of cool to see her. But nonetheless, Iheart Music Festival 4th year was a tremendous success. So there you go. Now, with album release news, 2 legendary acts who we've known were going to release new albums this year finally announced proper details for both their albums, which are coming out the same day. First things first, and they're both Hall of Famers. A Country Hall of Famer and a Rock and Roll Hall of Famer. Let's start with the Country Music Hall of Famer. I think he's in there. Garth Brooks. Of course, we've known he was about to release a new album this year. Released a single, People Loving People. Now, there was rumors the album was supposed to come out Black Friday this year, but it won't. It'll come out in November, but not Black Friday. It'll come out November the 11th. The album is still yet to be titled, but still the album release date is set for November 11th. Of course, Garth is in the middle of his tour. He's about to kick off his Atlanta stint this week. Of course, Jacksonville's next. He just announced Louisville, Kentucky, the 4th city of the tour. This is getting closer to Detroit. Oh, but Detroit's next. But I hope he adds Detroit soon, before the end of this century. The way he's announced these tour dates, one by one, is just kind of making me impatient, like many others. But I'll try to be patient with him. Anyway, so there you go. Garth Brooks' new album coming out November 11th. Now, like I said, he's not the only legend coming out with a new album on November 11th. So is Pink Floyd. Now, earlier this year, Pink Floyd announced they're releasing their first new album in 20 years. A mostly instrumental album from leftovers from their last album, The Division Bell. The album, which would be entitled The Endless River, finally has a release date, which is, like I said, the same day as Garth's album, November 11th. The 18-song double album features recordings, like I said, from outtakes from The Division Bell, which features David Gilmour, Nick Mason, and Richard Wright, who died in 2008. The album was assembled from 20 hours of material from The Division Bell, like I keep mentioning. In a statement, Gilmour said that the band added new parts, we recorded others, and generally harnessed studio technology to make a 21st century Pink Floyd album. The Endless River is, like I said, mostly composed of instrumental music, with only one song with lyrics, being the song Louder Than Words, and the lyrics which were written by Polly Sampson, which is David Gilmour's wife. Now, it is a 2 LP set for you vinyl lovers out there. So it's a double album, vinyl-wise, and of course, 1 CD, and of course, an entire digital album. Set to be out November 11th. At least you can get that on iTunes. Call if you have to get on Ghost Tunes. Instead of iTunes, Ghost Tunes. For digital-wise. So there you go. GB and PF. Garth Brooks, Pink Floyd, new albums, both coming out November 11th. And that is it for the Atakline for this day. Thank y'all very much for watching. With that in mind, y'all been attacked by the news from Zach. See y'all later. Oh yeah.